Yeehaw!
I'm really sorry about Lola Bunny, dude.
I'm really sorry about your fucking dad, dude.
Oh. What up, Tyler?
Wait, waters are again? What's that about?
Yo, Tylerims. Thanks for the raid of 6.
How your kids doing?
How far do you think we'll get in this today?
That's fucked up, dude.
What do you mean?
That's
You think so?
messed up.
What do you mean?
Awesome.
That's so messed up. That's so messed up. Oh my god.
Let's see here.
What are you freaking out about?
All right.
He's a Krogan, Tyler. They can't have
Here we
kids.
go.
Oh,
Tylerim.
oh yeah,
Xenophage?
that is a thing. We haven't really
It
discussed
says
it
you're
that
not
much,
live
you
yet,
know?
even though you're live.
What
This
the
is
fuck
stupid.
is wrong with you?
I see that you're live.
Yeehaw!
Let's switch over to the live cam. I'll turn the game back up. I'll load the game.
Yeah, there it is. Boom. Cool.
New backdrop.
Yo! Swarlz, thank you so much for the rate of 7.
You can't get away.
Oh, Will.
Oi.
Oh, this is the clip where you get your ears blown off.
Oh yeah, where I get scared by my own shot. I've come so far.
There's a new sheriff in town. And it's you.
Fuck, my ears. Yo, Iron Aggro with a raid of 13. No, a raid with the 13 months.
With the raid 13 months.
Sorry, I was
Let's go.
trying to find the fucking HMK thing.
The HK thing.
Yo, Tylerims, thank you so much for the rate of 6.
I always think it's.
Have a good night, Diana.
Night,
Diana.
Diana. Thanks for being in my stream as well.
There's a whale.
Whale.
There's a whale.
Whale. Whale. Whale. Whale.
Whale.
So while we wait for
Wait.
water to show up, now let's have a recap. It's been a while. It's been a minute.
Yeah, good idea.
My
It's
fault.
been a
My
hot
fault.
second.
I was on vacation.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
So last time we played this, Sakura got outed as a traitor, which we saw at the end of the last chapter. But Monokuma just out and said it.
Right.
And then
That's right.
Byakuya and Hiro and Toko were all like, yo, fuck you, Sakura. And Kyoko and Makoto and Asahina were like, hey, come on, guys. That's kind of mean. And then at some point, Sakura died. She's dead. We found her in a locked room.
That's right.
Yep.
Yo, what's up, Bioroxis? How's it going?
Bio.
Hey, Pyraxis.
Bio.
And now we gotta figure out how she died. And who
Eggs
did
back.
it.
Yo.
Where was she again?
She was in
She
the
was in the
game
rec
room.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like just sitting, right?
She just sitting
Yes.
there.
Mm.
We had to break the window to get in.
That's right. Hi, Water.
Hot water.
Mr. Cage.
Whale
Mr.
informed me.
KH.
Mr. Cage. Whale informed me that you're working on the boss rando, and I'm so out of it that I didn't even know. I thought you were working on the other rando. It was kind of funny.
What's the other random?
It's the same rando, right? Water.
Yeah, there's nothing different about it.
But I mean, it's like the boss randomized part of it, right?
Right.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I thought it was like, I thought it was like you were just working on.
Hold up, I'm watching the wrong thing. I'm watching your stream instead of the Discord. Okay, I'm in it. I'm in it now.
You're gonna be on a delay. If you
I
do
think you just
that.
said I'm an idiot.
I'm in it now. I'm in it.
I'm in
All right.
But no, yeah, it's the same thing.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I was telling them that Rando's becoming wife number 2, apparently.
No, it's gonna be ex-wife, hopefully soon. You will have no custody over my kids or my. I don't know. You won't be able to
This
watch it with me.
Danganronpa.
Is it frozen for you guys too? Okay, yeah.
No,
I
think-
Oh, yeah.
because
No,
of the
just
way the
waiting.
game
Tab
works, I
out.
had to tab out instead of just
Yes.
move my mouse off of it. Anyways, Sakura's dead, and we got to figure out
Who?
what happened.
Now,
Sakura.
my favorite.
My last character.
Oh, damn. Yeah.
Not your last character. Your last character's right here. There she is.
No, I mean, like, I'm saying, like, it was like, she was like one of my last characters, like the one that I actually voiced, you know, like that I cared about. Wait, what?
Plastic thing.
There's some kind of plastic container rolling around near the entrance to the room.
So,
It looks like a protein drink, and it's empty. Sakura must have drank it. Everyone knows how much she loved her protein. And she mentioned more than once how protein was good for all sorts of ailments.
wrong.
I wouldn't take that to heart if I were you. I know. But still, this protein can, it's got a label on it that says Chem A2. That reminds me, Sakura mentioned how the Chem lab had all kinds of health stuff. So she must have gotten this from the Chem lab.
Just a second.
True.
But that's strange. Huh? What is?
Hey,
You see that? You see what's scattered around the can? Shards of light blue glass. Must be parts of the window I broke to get inside.
correct.
But they aren't just scattered around the can. They're also underneath it. Why does that matter?
So,
I can't say for
So
sure yet.
dumb.
I forgot how dumb he was.
Really?
But you're
I just know
probably going to want to take a note of it. I feel like it'll become an important clue later on. An important clue? I'm not sure I see how.
Shut up and shut
Shards
up.
of glass around the bottle. Under the bottle.
What's this?
I don't know.
This looks like
I was afraid it was gonna be ban.
some kind of wrapper.
huh?
It's useful.
Oh, sorry. That's.
Do you recognize it, Hina?
Well,
Well, yeah. I mean, I gave it to her. That's a candy wrapper. Sakura got super upset when she found out Genocide Jack had attacked me, right? So, after we left the nurse's office, I gave it to her. I thought it might help her calm down a little.
So you gave that candy to Sakura?
I found a big box of it in the warehouse. I really like them.
You told me the
Actually-
laptop's broken?
Actually, as soon as we could get into the warehouse, I took the entire box back to my room. I made sure nobody else could get their hands on them.
You really liked them that much?
'cause, I mean,
But I wanted Sakura to get a chance to try one for herself. That's why I gave it to her. But now they've all lost their flavor.
Hina. There are shards of glass scattered all around the chair Sakura was sitting on. The glass is all red, and these are the top and bottom sections of a bottle, right? So it must have originally been a bottle.
Hey, Tyler, since we didn't get the first little bit of this, I think we need.
Fucking Danganronpa. It's a figure.
Danganronpa.
It fits in the palm of my hand. It's a Monokuma figure.
Monokuma.
And a knight?
There are 4 red bottles lined up on the shelf.
They all have those things in them.
And inside each bottle, there's some kind of Monokuma figure.
Pawn.
What I'm wondering is, how'd they get those figures inside the bottle?
Bishop, Queen. Or is that the king?
So,
It's no different from your standard ship in a bottle. Huh?
Yo, ship.
You know, where the bottle's opening is smaller than the boat placed inside. You've never seen that? Oh yeah, maybe I have.
in other words,
So this is a Monokuma version of that. A Monokuma bottle, if you will. Thanks, Kyoko. I feel like I'm finally starting to make sense of things, little by little.
I don't think.
The Monokuma bottle
No,
sitting
I highly doubt that.
The Monokuma figure we found on the ground. The red shards of glass probably started out as a bottle. Which would mean...
Wow, he
Sakura-
put all that together. Good job.
He's so smart. Sakura must have been hit in the head with a Monokuma bottle, right? The shards of glass in the Monokuma figure are evidence of that. So I think it's safe to say the Monokuma bottle was the weapon.
That little thing killed her.
There's a bloodstain in front of the magazine shelf. It must have come from Sakura, right? That doesn't make sense. Why is it so far away from where she died?
He punched someone in the nose.
Alright, what do you have to say, Byakuya?
Alright, channel. What do you want? You're bothering me. Go away.
He's not even trying to
It's an
hide how
easy
much he
channel.
despises me. I better go before he crushes my soul completely. Okay, thanks. That's dog. Swarlz?
Sorry, I had to go to the restroom. We already know who did it.
I won't forgive you.
Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro. It had to be one of them. They couldn't stand the sight of her. You agree with me, don't you, Makoto?
Well, I don't want to say anything for sure without finding out more.
Then let me help you find out more. You see, Sakura asked all 3 of them to meet with her. You know where, right? You know where. Right here in the rec room.
What?
After I went to the nurse's office this morning, Sakura and I both left together, right? Well, eventually she went off on her own. But when I saw her again after that, she told me. She said she left a note for each of them. She asked them to meet her in the rec room by noon.
By noon? The Monokuma file said she died right around then.
I'm telling you the truth. I heard it right from Sakura herself. And I tried to stop her. But she wouldn't listen. She said not to worry, that she just wanted to talk to them. And this is what happened. If I'd stopped her, by force even, then maybe we would never have happened. This would have never have happened.
Hina. It's impossible not to have regrets, I know.
Truth bullet.
But the fact that she asked those 3 to meet her with her, and she asked them to come to the rec room at noon, the same time and place that she ended up dying, might be good to confirm what I heard with the 3 of them directly. All right, back to you, Byakuya.
What? What do you want? You're bothering me.
Oh shit.
Make it quick.
What's the button for it?
Make it faster.
What's the button for it? I got it.
Trigger?
There's something I'd like to talk to you about.
Make it quick.
Is it true that Sakura asked you to meet her in the rec room?
So you found out. Okay, interesting.
You were in the room when you heard her tell me it. And it's
I have
true?
really small ears. I did receive a note to that effect, yes. But what fool would do what it said and risk being killed by that monster?
So you didn't go see her?
Of course not. I ripped the note to shreds and threw it away. I haven't seen Sakura today at all. Why did they miss the eye?
What?
Byakuya says he didn't go see her. Is that the truth? Well, until I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. That's not how that works.
If you're all finished, please remove yourself from my sight.
Okay, thanks.
Angry.
What word did they miss out?
Oh, I had
And they
eye,
highlighted
and then-
the sentence that
Oh.
didn't do the eye.
I haven't.
Yeah.
Sakura drew her last breath sitting slumped forward in this chair. There's obvious evidence of the blow to the head Sakura suffered. Normally, I wouldn't have any problem believing that's what killed her. But according to the Monokuma file, she also had vomited blood. And I can see a trace of blood on her lips for sure. What's up, Willem? So, what would have caused her to vomit blood? The Monokuma file specifically says she hadn't suffered any other injuries.
What up, Leland?
What's up,
Maybe-
Lele?
Maybe her getting hit on the head somehow caused her to start vomiting blood.
Not a chance.
But Byakuya, you're still here?
However, your eyes have landed on the most interesting location.
Interesting.
Naturally.
Yes, most interesting. Don't you agree?
Point it out for me, please. No, I don't think I'd call it interesting. But it does make me wonder. The reason Sakura vomited blood absolutely has to be connected to why she died. And your last
Does
one.
Tyler have the most?
However,
Tyler, you have the most voice actors now, don't you?
I do. But for Sakura to have been killed. Yeah, she's not the type who would go down without a fight.
it's true.
And she certainly didn't, I would say. She was the ultimate martial artist, strong in body, mind, and spirit. So how was the killer able to get the upper hand on her?
They poisoned her.
I wonder, did someone get the upper hand? They must have taken her by surprise, right?
Certainly.
Certainly. They would have needed to if they expected to stand any chance against her. Okay, there's still something in here. The door. This door is the only way in or out of the rec room. The door doesn't have a lock, and there's no evidence of that the mountings have been tampered with. The only notable change to the door is the smashed window, which happened, of course, when I broke it to get inside. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used in the door. In other words, I don't see anything suspicious about the door itself. Oh, I didn't see this at all. Huh? The locker's open. And they're on the inside.
Handprints.
It's a handprint.
Why?
What's a handprint doing here? It looks like someone touched the inside of the locker and it left a handprint in all the dust.
It's true.
And it looks quite fresh too. I'd say someone was hiding here in the locker and they left behind a little something extra. So then, maybe the killer hid in there until the locked room was opened, don't you think? And during all the confusion, they popped out and joined the rest of the group.
Wrong.
Unfortunately, that's not a possibility. Huh? Why not?
Hey,
Think back. Before we opened the door, we looked inside the room, right? Oh yeah, and the locker was already open at that point.
indeed.
So there's no way someone could have hidden in there until after we opened the door. Yeah, so then What does this handprint mean?
Nice.
Fuck. It's around 1 o'clock right now. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura died around 12 noon. So roughly an hour ago.
Roughly an hour ago.
Was that when Kyoko and I were moving Alter Ego?
What about the chair?
The
Off
chair?
on the left? Wasn't it glowing blue or something? On the other side? On the left.
This? This is the glass again.
Right in front of the door, I think it was glowing blue. Yeah.
Oh, this chair. The chair was shut up against the doorknob, so we couldn't get the door open. There's no evidence that any kind of string or mechanism was used in the chair. In other words, there's no reason to think the chair had anything special done to it. Having examined both the door and the chair, there's no doubt the reason the door didn't open was simply because the chair was shoved up against it. This kept the doorknob from turning and the door from opening. And there's no evidence of the door or chair being tampered with or anything like that. Something like that, Egg. So the killer must have created a locked room from the inside, not from the outside.
Listen.
Well, Makoto, have you finished with your general investigation? Yeah, I think so, for the most part.
So then,
Then you should probably go talk to people now. I'm on guard duty, so I can't leave.
listen to me.
Which is why I've decided you'll go in my place. She's decided? She's gotten a lot more pushy since we had our issue. But she's right. I do have to go talk to the others. Sakura wanted to meet with 2 other people. I need to hear what they have to say. Sleepy area. Those other 2 probably went back to their rooms. Oh.
Dang, put us all the way back here.
Hiro. Oh, there's Sayaka, so Toko's like here.
Toko.
I pressed the doorbell. And after a few seconds,
Who's there?
the most negative aura I've ever felt. An aura of total decay.
Well, what do you want?
So you're back to normal. Genocide Jack isn't around anymore.
Don't even say her name. It makes me sick to my stomach. I was in such a good mood, too.
She didn't look like she was in a good mood.
Hey, I was hoping to talk to you about something. Is now a bad time?
Obviously annoyed, Toko slid her out into the hall.
What do you want?
You said you wanted to talk to me about something. I wanted to talk about the fact that Sakura asked to meet with you. What?
Well,
I don't know what you're talking about. Byakuya already told me she had asked to meet with him. What? She wanted to meet with Master too. I just said too, didn't I? I guess now it's just totally obvious, huh? Yeah, pretty much. So, can you tell me about it?
I would have caught on to that if she didn't say anything.
I admit, I did get the note, but I didn't go see her. I was scared, so I couldn't bring myself to go. Toko claims she didn't go see her, but can I really believe her? Well, till I can prove otherwise, I have no choice but to accept it as fact. Is that good enough? Then I'm going back to my room. With that, Toko quickly retreated into her room.
Nice.
Go find Hero. Hero is... Press the doorbell. After a few seconds.
You know?
What's up, Makoto? Did you need something?
Yeah, actually, I just wanted to check something. It's about how Sakura wanted to meet with you.
How do you know about that?
Could it be?
What? Did you maybe gaze into my soul? Have your special abilities awakened in you? But I'm not the only one she wanted to meet with. Olga told me herself that she asked Byakuya and Toko to come by too.
Yeah, I just talked to them. What? When did Sakura tell you that?
Well... when she asked me to meet with her, of course.
But didn't she write you a note?
Yeah, a note.
How about that?
She gave it to me in person, and she happened to mention the others, like in passing.
I gotta be honest, this is super sus. So, then you went and met with Sakura? Oh, shit. I clicked the wrong thing.
No.
I clicked the wrong thing.
There we go.
Okay, back to the game.
You got it all wrong.
No, wait, I totally didn't. Why would I ever do that?
Yeah, definitely sus.
Actually.
The last time I saw Olga was when Hina got hurt, and I took her to the nurse's office.
Don't look at me.
I haven't seen her since then.
While I'm here, could you show me the note she gave you?
Do I still have it? Let's see.
He was feeling around in his pockets.
Hey, come on.
Sorry. Looks like I don't have it anymore.
With a big goofy smile on his face, he pulled his hands back out of his pockets. But when he did, I saw something flutter to the ground. Something had fallen out of Hero's pocket. Huh? Huh? Quick as the wind, Hero snatched it back up again and shoved it back into his pocket.
Hey, come on.
Sorry, just a bit of trash I forgot to throw out.
Trash?
What?
Anyway, I can't deny that Olga asked to meet with me, but I never went. So, well, if you'll excuse me.
Before waiting for a reply, Hero quickly slipped back into his room. Hero said that was just trash, but there's no way that's all there was to it.
Nice.
Okay,
Makoto.
so I've heard with Toko and Hero. What next? I'll definitely have to go look at the actual crime scene again, but on top of that, maybe I should go find out more about the protein can we found on the floor in the rec room. I'm sure it must have come from the chem lab. So, where should I start?
Didn't he just say the chem
Yeah,
lab?
at the chem,
Chemistry lab.
the chem lab. We just talked about Makoto.
I should go to
What
the
about
chem
the-
lab. Where should we go next?
What about the physics lab?
Sorry, that was last case. Yep, walk all the way around. Actually, just on the wrong floor. It's okay. I'll just run. Actually.
What are you doing?
Where the fuck am I?
Look at the map!
Where are you
am I?
going, Tyler?
I need to go to the next floor. There we are.
Yep, straight. Just straight shot it. Yep. To the right. No. No.
Whoa. There we go.
Beep. Beep.
Oh,
Makoto, did you have your eye on the chem lab too? Just make sure you don't get in my way. Like an
Yeah, I
idiot.
got it.
I think what you meant to say was, yes, sir. I understand.
Oh.
I hate this guy.
You're not my dad.
You're not my dad.
You're not that guy, dude. You're not that guy.
This isn't my first time seeing this shelf, but I just can't get over how big it is. I should probably take a closer look at it. It's like there's 3 shelves that have been connected together to make one giant shelf. But more important right now, what's that powder that's been spilled in front of the shelf? I have to be careful not to step in it. There's a bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor. I better not leave a footprint. What about?
Footprints.
These are
Literally.
footprints? And they're only in front of the left shelf.
Oh, sorry. I was just thinking how dumb this guy sounds. how do these footprints relate to the scene as a whole? We may need to sketch out the floor plan. Why don't you just sketch out this floor? Okay, by we, do you? Oh wait, no, that's you.
What do you? I get this one by we. You mean me?
How kind of you to offer.
With an insufferable smirk, he handed me a piece of paper and a pen.
What?
Well, let's go. Chop chop. Gotta speed run this.
Okay. So I got to work, and before long, I'd drawn up a sketch of the room.
Got blasted.
So how's this? Not bad. Oh no, that's you.
I got this, Makoto. It is not bad. For you, I mean.
For me.
I see.
So when you look at it like this, interesting. Everything's interesting. It appeared that whoever left those footprints only had... Dude, you didn't need to draw a floor plan for
Yeah,
this.
we get to see that.
Only had business at the leftmost shelf. Unless this drawing is incorrect. We could just look at it in real life, you know. But anyways, they came in, went straight to that shelf, did whatever they had to do, and then left. That's what the footprints tell me.
I'm a footprints reader.
I see.
These footprints must be...
It's certainly possible.
Kodo, are they yours?
No.
What?
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
You want my shoes? I couldn't think of a reason not to, so I quietly did what Byakuya has said.
I see. Your feet appear to be too big.
You a feet guy?
Unfortunately, I must admit these are not your footprints.
Unfortunately.
But with how clear these prints are, it should be quite easy to determine who they do belong to. I couldn't read yours.
And these prints are a really valuable clue. That's why I didn't mark them in my truth bullets. There's a broken bottle in front of the shelf. Is this where all the powder came from?
There's a skull on it.
It looks like the bottle had the label on it. Kim C4.
Would you like to hear something interesting?
Sure.
It's definitely not boring. I was on the 4th floor this morning, checking things out, and at that point, this room wasn't like this. Maybe it was you.
Then this powder must have been spilled.
So, in other words,
That's right. It can only have been around the time of the incident.
If that really is when it happened, it must be related to the case somehow.
Why didn't Makoto ask to see his shoes?
I didn't think about it.
Down.
Should probably take a good hard look at that powder. A bunch of yellow powder scattered on the floor in front of the shelf. Also remains a broken bottle. The bottle labeled what Kim C4. Also looks like someone left some footprints. And here's the sketch I did. According to Byakuya, I've been spilled right around the time of the incident. That's all I can tell for now. Why don't we mark it just now?
Drama.
Let's see what's on this shelf. It's all kinds of dietary supplements and different medicines. The protein drink we found in the rec room probably came from the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter A and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelf Unit Section A. Huh? But wait. There's one ball here that's labeled Chem C9. Could someone have put it here on accident? So on this shelf, looks like a bunch of chemicals that I have no idea what they are. That I have no idea what they are.
They're reagents. Put simply, they're used in experiments to bring about a chemical reaction. How have you lived in such ignorance for so long? It must truly be bliss.
We don't need that stuff in the real world. Isn't that kind of harsh?
What?
What? You think studying science and mathematics has no practical applications in the real world? It's like you read what you said, Tyler.
It's fine.
The words of a lifelong loser, which I suppose suits you well.
Okay, that's rude. I didn't even say that. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Right now I need to focus on the shelf. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter B and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit, Section B.
There's letters on the shelf, Makoto.
I don't see anything out of ordinary here. In which case, I don't think I have to worry too much about this shelf. On this shelf is one look and I can tell it's nothing but dangerous chemicals. Just like poisons and other powerful chemicals. All the containers on the shelf are labeled with the letter C and a number. So I guess I can consider this part of the shelving unit section C. To find out more about this shelving unit, so it gets split into 3 sections. Section A has dietary supplements, Section B has reagents, and Section C has lethal chemicals. Sakura must have gotten the protein powder from Section A. But what concerns me is that in Section A, there's a bottle with the label from Section C. What was the bottle of protein from Section C doing in Section A? There's definitely something going on there. I've already taken a good look at the chem lab. Maybe I should have taken a look at the rec room. All right. I guess I have to talk to Byakuya again. And call me the little loser.
A lifelong loser.
Hey.
Kyoko, can I see your shoes? So Makoto, how's your investigation going? I told Kyoko and Toko and Hiro. I told Kyoko what Toko and Hiro had told me.
I see.
I see. So along with Byakuya, they're both claiming they didn't go see her. But it's all too convenient. Someone must be lying. Someone's lying?
Anyway.
Well, I made some progress on my own. Sakura's body, the shelf of magazines, and the Monokuma bottles. These 3 things have revealed new clues. You do well to look them over one more time. Kyoko said the magazine shelf was hiding a clue of some kind. Clue. Huh? This magazine is upside down. Did someone put it back that way on accident?
Hey.
If something catches your eye, it's important for you to explore that in detail, don't you think? Yeah, you're right. I picked up the inverted magazine and flipped through it. This is one of the pages near the center of the magazine. A word had been written in bold, bloody letters. And it said, Toko. Could this be a dying message?
Correct.
Then it would appear you found it. Kyoko, is this?
So...
It is indeed a dying message. Someone used their fingers to write it. A dying message.
However...
But just to be clear, I'm not the one who put it back upside down. It was already like that when I found it a little while ago. I made sure to put it back exactly as I found it, for the benefit of others who might come looking. Swarlz?
Hey, what is that? That says Toko, right? Sorry, my mic was muted.
Yeah, it looked like it.
I'll kill you.
Then she's the killer, right?
It's the last thing I do.
Oh, well, it hasn't been confirmed yet.
I won't forgive you.
It's settled. She's the killer for sure. That's conclusive evidence, right? We can use it to corner the killer.
I can see why you would think that, but just seems too easy. If anything, it makes me that much more suspicious. All right, what about the broken glass? Maybe the shelf?
The cabin.
The bottles. Yeah.
I think Kyoko said she'd found a new clue involving the Monokuma bottles. Something new, something new. Huh.
Hey,
So, did you figure it out? There's a hidden correlation between all the bottles. Pay careful attention and you're sure to find it. A correlation?
They're chess pieces.
Hey Kyoko, can you just tell me what it is?
so
I don't mind guiding you towards clues, but giving you my conclusions isn't a good idea. Each person needs to come up with their own conclusions so that everyone can have confidence in the outcome. And it's not just because you don't trust me, right? No answer.
Damn.
I do trust you, to a degree. Otherwise, I wouldn't have told you anything to begin with. Only to a degree?
hey,
Actually, there's one other thing that the Monokuma bottles is bothering me. I'd like to do an experiment to confirm it. You don't mind helping me, right? An experiment?
anyway,
Can you gather up all the pieces of broken Monokuma bottle? Of the broken Monokuma bottle? Try to get the smaller pieces too. Huh? Are you sure it's okay to mess with the crime scene like that?
that doesn't matter.
I've already done a thorough investigation, so it's fine. And that obnoxious Byakuya is not here, so...
So then,
Anyway, I need to get something from the chem lab. While I'm gone, try to gather up all the glass. With that, Kyoko left the room. I really don't know what this is about, but... What choice do I have? I better just do it.
I don't like what that guy just said.
I took the broom and dustpan and got to work collecting all the broken bottle pieces. And just as I finished up... Sorry to keep you waiting.
so then,
Is everything ready? Then let's get to work. So, what kind of experiment are we doing?
in other words,
I got a scale from the chem lab. I'm going to use it to compare weights. Compare the weights of what? The pieces of glass you collected, and one of the Monokuma bottles that's still intact. Why do you want to do that? That's the point of the experiment. It'll make sense when we're done.
listen,
First, let's compare the weight of the two of two of the normal Monokuma bottles. It's balanced,
in other words,
which means each Monokuma bottle weighs about the same. Which makes sense. The Monokuma figures inside are basically the same, and nothing else could really affect the weight.
so then,
Now, here comes the important part. Put all the pieces you picked up on one side of the scale. Now, what might we expect to see? Well, a normal assumption would be either they balance out or the pieces I collected will be lighter. I did my best to get them all, but there's a chance I could have missed some here and there.
so then,
Okay then, let's give it a try. Huh? The broken pieces are heavier? How is that possible?
I knew it.
Just as I thought. What?
In other words,
The results of our experiment and the correlation between each of the bottles. Put it all together.
hey,
And I believe you will arrive at one very persuasive conclusion. So, what do you think? It's all on you. I don't know what you mean, Kyoko. According to Kyoko, there's still something to be discovered from Sakura's body.
just a second.
Just staring off into space isn't going to help you figure anything out. Well, yeah, I know, but
Hey,
don't you think you might need to actually examine the body?
whew.
There's no getting around it. Unlike me, Kyoko didn't recoil at the thought of touching a dead body. She was completely unemotional. It's the kind of thing I've grown perversely used to. Although, there are still some times I can't believe how calm you are. No matter how many times I see a dead body, I can't get used to it.
It's true.
That's totally normal. Then, how can you...
So,
I imagine it's because I've had plenty of opportunities to touch dead bodies in the past.
To touch dead bodies? Okay.
What? Sorry. Never mind. More importantly, look here. Her shoes?
correct.
You see the yellow?
Wait, are they really saying that Makoto's feet are bigger than Sakura's feet?
I guess so.
I think so.
But
You
she's
see-
like gigantic. Okay.
You see that? I don't think building muscle will grow your feet.
Oh, but she's so
Yeah.
tall. No, she's so tall. Right? She looks massive. Anyways.
Okay. Oh. You see that yellow powder on her instep? No, not Otto, please. Yeah, it really stands out.
I see.
That powder is clue number 1. Oh.
Hey,
Next is the wound to her head. Look carefully.
it's true.
Actually, even telling you that, it's incredibly difficult to spot. Just let me explain.
It would seem.
It would appear that she didn't suffer a single blow, but instead received 2 blows to the head. 2 blows?
Indeed.
Interesting, wouldn't you say? And there's one more interesting thing.
Correct.
Both of her hands were spotless. There's absolutely no trace of blood on either one.
It's true.
So, that's what I learned from examining her body in detail. I can't believe she was able to learn all that just by looking at her body. I don't think anyone but Kyoko could have pulled that off.
Whoops! You
Wait.
caught me sleeping. Your investigation was just so boring I couldn't stay awake. Should I do it? Is it okay? Can I? Okay.
Straight to the
then
invis-
Let's begin.
Let's
the
go!
class.
Wait, that was really
You know
fast,
where to
wasn't
meet,
it?
right? Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Tyler said it would be faster now.
I guess there's
Yeah.
less people.
It's already time? But the mystery of the locked door is still only half solved. At this point, whatever happens will have to happen at the class trial. I had to burp. It's not coming out. No, not whatever happens. I have to make something happen.
It's all up to you, Makoto.
All right, well, we'll see you next week.
How long have you been streaming? About an hour? This thing?
About 50 minutes, yeah. When Akuma made his announcement, everyone began to meet up, one after another. And then... the ultimate martial artist! The locked room murder mystery! Winky face.
What?
What the? Oh, I've just recently discovered the power of emoticons! Like, no matter how awful something is, if you toss in a smiley face, it turns positive.
Yes, indeed.
For example, you're at a picnic and you find a dead body, XD.
That is just plain creepy.
He's right. He's got a point.
Well,
And how about the reverse? No matter how great something is, if you put in a sad face, it makes it look super negative.
yes, indeed.
For example, do you have 100 friends?
He's right. That does make it seem sad.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Now then, please get on the elevator.
This reminded me
That's
of
funny.
like me and legit. I used all these emoticons when I was like 12.
I'll see you all down there.
No, I use emotes. Those are different.
Whoa, what the hell was that?
I don't get it.
Just the worst.
I don't get you guys. How can you act so casual after murdering someone?
Don't look at me.
I don't think I'm acting casual.
Hey, why don't you have the picture of dead Sean, Tyler?
I mean, I didn't
Oh,
murder
yeah.
anyone.
I forgot to put the pictures back up. I used this when during the Summer Game Fest. Hold on. There I am. Where's Sean? There he is.
For China!
Yay.
What the heck?
Yeah, I'm completely innocent. How dare you call me a murderer? You are a murderer.
Whatever.
You're literally a murderer.
Either way, the truth will be revealed soon enough. There could be no doubt one of us is the culprit.
The killer. The one that murdered Sakura. She was stronger than anyone I know. And yet, someone killed her. And
Is
that
all that's
person is
left?
here. Yeah, it's,
Oh my
it's
God.
just the 6 of us. That person is
Risky six.
one of us. Come on. It's time to put an end to this. I made my way toward the elevator. But with each step I took, I felt like I was moving further and further away from my goal. I could feel a chilling fear running through me, trying to make me rot from the inside out. No matter how many times I go through this, it never gets any easier. We climbed into our steel prison in total silence. We watched the doors close, and felt it begin its sinister descent. The elevator lowered, uttering its all too familiar clunking sounds. It felt lower. It fell lower and lower. And as suddenly as always, the ride was over. The door opened once again. Just 6 of you, huh? Really?
I said the same thing.
That's so few. You must be so lonely.
Dude, and you use the emoticons? Maybe you're Monokuma.
Dude,
You say it like it's not your fault. We're all that's left. I was really stilted, that sentence. I wonder, will the class trial end with one less classmate again? Or will your school life come to an end completely?
Now then.
Now then, are we ready to begin? You know the drill. Find your assigned seats. And so, the curtain opened for the 4th time. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly fart, a deadly class trial.
Yo, we ripping the cheese here?
I don't think I have any more skill points.
I have to go feed my
do.
dog. I'll be right back.
I'll go.
How much is this? 4. Okay. Increased bullet capacity. What does that mean?
Flip size maybe?
He'll be okay. That's all we need.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
And we already know how this works.
Your votes will determine the results.
It's been a couple days, you know. It's been like maybe 4 or 5 days
If you
in
can
game.
figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the
How long has it been
wrong
since we last streamed? A month?
then I'll
A couple
punish
weeks.
everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, where to begin?
We already know who did it.
What?
Yes.
Whoa, deja
He's
vu.
feeding his dog.
So what?
Feeding whose dog?
So Swarlz is feeding his dog.
Oh, no. Oh, is your audio off? They're talking.
No, yeah, I got it.
Oh, yeah, should we wait for him?
No, I think it should be fine.
Oh.
The one who killed Sakura is one of the people that hated her. Byakuya, Toko, or Hiro. It was one of you.
Idiot.
I had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, I'd never kill someone. No way.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
Hina seems really sure that one of these 3 is the killer, but she must have some reason for believing that. Oh shit.
Let's go!
Make your argument.
It was one of you. One of you killed.
Wait, what was the account? Sakura read notes. Okay.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't make any sense. That's the only reason you have for accusing us?
No, that's wrong.
Oh, no, that's wrong.
Another reason you suspect
Oh,
them
Jesus,
is
that was
because
scary.
Sakura wanted to meet with them, right?
I thought everything crashed.
Ooh.
Yeah, and that was right before she died. So
Did.
there's no doubt about it. One of those 3 killed her.
The shaking camera is my face, or the shaking portrait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with Hina. There's a good reason to suspect all 3 of them. Then does that mean one of them did it? Pocket trash.
It's trash.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all 3 of them, there's no way that's not suspicious. One of you is absolutely guilty.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us, but I never went to see her.
I didn't either.
Yeah, same here.
Yo.
No, that's wrong.
Break.
Kira, when we were talking before, you dropped a small piece of paper, remember? It was white with red polka dots.
What's that got to do with anything?
Red polka dots? That's gotta be the wrapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
No, it's
Ever since we got into the warehouse, I totally monopolized that entire box of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
In that case, Hiro, where did you get that piece of candy?
From Sakura! It's the only explanation.
Well, I mean, yeah, sure I got it from her, but she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When? When did she give it to you?
The last time you saw Sakura was when Hina had to go to the nurse's office, right?
Yeah, so I must have got it sometime before then.
But what Hiro said can't be right. Because Sakura can only have gotten the candy after the incident in the nurse's office. And the reason I know that is...
Sakura loved candy too much to share it.
I'm not sure about that, Hiro. Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy till after she left the nurse's office. So if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it! I mean, what I meant was, Oh, that's right! I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Why this
Oh,
sudden
God, dude.
hostility?
But we just talked, that's all. I didn't do anything, you gotta believe me!
You're acting incredibly suspicious.
You're acting incredibly suspicious!
More hostility.
It's not just normal hostility! You're the real culprit! I even have proof!
Huh? Proof? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about her shining message.
What would a signing message even be?
At the scene of the crime, she had written out Toko in her own blood, right? It was her dying message. Just like what you guys were talking about with Sayaka.
That's true. I saw it for myself.
See? See? Toko did it!
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
You just don't know when you're beat, do ya?
Hero, hold on. When did you see that dying message of hers?
Huh? Well, when we found Ogre's body. Duh.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant
You were there?
about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
Huh? Hold on. When Kyoko found the magazine with the dying message in it, it was... The book and
On
magazine
the-
show. No. No.
Shoot!
Fuck.
He just embarrassed himself
I got
in
it.
front of everybody.
Kyoko,
The question
you found the
they
magazine
asked
on
was
the
weird.
magazine shelf, right?
Yeah, it was.
There's a new sheriff in town.
That's right. Looking through the shelf,
it's you.
I found the magazine
Yo,
with
thanks
the
for the
dying
12 months,
message on
Sean.
it.
Sean's.
I found it right there at the scene of the crime, after we'd started the investigation.
If that's true, then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
There's definitely something strange about it. Kyoko found a dying message during the investigation, in which case, it clearly contradicts what Hiro just told us.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
And then you first found the body.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
I don't.
No, that doesn't
Nope.
make sense.
Shoot!
Fuck.
I can tell you exactly when I found when Ogre's body was discovered.
No, no, I don't want that one. I don't want that.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message. It was only after the investigation had begun.
I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
And the
I
magazine.
saw
No,
her.
oh, probably magazine shelf.
What I said makes total sense. I can tell you exactly when Ogre's body
I'll
was
try it
discovered.
anyways. Okay.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
We're gonna die.
Dying.
I'll tell you, it was only after I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
All right, here we go. Here we go, Hero.
Body was discovered.
Let's go! First try, first try!
First try.
First try. Break.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby. That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hero. When did you see the message?
Hold on. You're focusing on the wrong part. Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is. Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
True.
Yeah?
Her hands were clean.
I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message. 100%, without a doubt, she wrote it. And this is me talking, so you know it's true.
Wait, what?
Without doubt. No, I absolutely do doubt it. There's no way Sakura wrote that message.
The moment of truth.
And we got here real
Show me
quick.
the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Give it a rest. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap.
I forgot how this part
Show
even.
me the proof.
Rhythm game.
The end is
Right, but
nigh.
when do you press Y?
Just to get rid of the statements.
Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
This should prove it.
You want to
This
get
should
rid of
do
the
it.
statements before they get too big, or it will take damage.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying.
It'd be a lot
message.
harder if Sean didn't pick baby beginner mode. I have like an ammo count and like all kinds of other mechanics that they explain, but I never have to do.
Because if you look at it, the message was almost certainly written using a finger. Both of her hands were completely free of blood.
Say what?
Then
I love how he does like the Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm about to throw a card down.
Hero
All
could
the
very
point
well
up
have
thing.
written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Wait, is he?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
Ah!
What?
He admits it.
I figured as much.
But
Oh,
why would you write
Jesus.
something like that?
Because I killed her!
You're admitting to killing her.
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the rec room right before noon, just like it said.
You just did exactly as the note asked? What a fool.
And when I got there...
Oh gosh, I gotta get my thing.
Yay!
Give me a second, give me a second. Not that one.
Sorry, but do you mind waiting? I asked a couple of other people to meet as well.
Okay.
Would you like a piece of candy? It might help give you some energy.
Oh, sure, thanks.
And that's all she said. After that, we just stood around in awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
This is it. I'm going to end it today. I'm going to end everything.
As soon as I heard that, I just knew. I knew she was gonna try and kill me. She was gonna kill me and make her escape. So of course I freaked out, and then... I saw my only chance. I grabbed the Monokuma bottle from the shelf and smashed it across her head. I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening. Then she just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain, and until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
What is it? Nope. Okay, well, fuck me.
I got it.
I got
That's true. Everything you just said. It doesn't explain why the magazine was hidden, does it? By the time the body was discovered, the magazine had been picked up and put on the shelf. Why would you take the time to write that message, then stick it somewhere we might not find it?
Oh. Well, I didn't hide it. I'm sure I just left it sitting there on the table.
Really?
He's lying! He's gotta be lying!
I don't see any reason he would lie now, after already confessing to the crime.
Then, he's not lying?
Assuming he's telling the truth, someone else must have put the magazine back on the shelf. In other words, at least one other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't think there's any question about that.
But then, who was it?
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine, they must not have liked what was written on it.
Someone who wouldn't have liked
Oh
what was
my
written
God.
there? Was it Byakuya?
It had to be Toko.
He isn't like
right?
most things.
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room?
Why would I have... Wait! But more important, that doesn't even matter! We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it!
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What he means is that Hiro isn't the killer.
You can't be serious! That's just... I don't believe it!
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So, what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time.
Oh my God.
When you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
Okay.
We haven't reached the end of the case just yet. Hiro isn't really the killer. And I have to prove that. Make your argument.
Sorry.
I didn't want to, but I did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby, and I hit Ogre from behind.
Before she could, you hit her from behind. And you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
Nope, that was wrong. I mean, he was telling the truth. I contradicted the wrong thing.
I didn't want to, but I grabbed a Monokuma and I hit Ogre from behind.
You hit her from, and you only hit.
Yeah, just once. After the first swing, the bottle shattered and she went limp.
See? Isn't it obvious? Hiro really is the killer!
I didn't want to, but...
Oh gosh.
So she's not. So if he hit her from behind, and she went limp.
Oh, 2 blows, right?
I was just using the wrong thing. Nope.
I
What?
from the shelf nearby.
Oh, you can switch your ammo.
You hit her from
Yeah.
behind.
And you only hit her once.
Yeah, just once.
No, that's wrong.
No, that's wrong. Oh, it was like, it is.
If Sakura died from Hiro's single blow, that doesn't explain why she had 2 head wounds.
Huh? 2?
That's right.
Oh.
She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
And remember, this girl examines dead bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2 wounds?
2 wounds means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head? She was attacked twice with 2 Monokuma bottles?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also because of the Monokuma bottles themselves.
There's 2 missing.
There's something very suspicious about those bottles.
The knight and the
Once
queen?
you understand that point, you'll
Think so.
understand why 2 separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident, there were 4 Monokuma bottles left on the shelf. And we found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle Hiro hit Sakura with, right?
For now,
Right.
just note that there were 4 intact bottles and 1 broken bottle. But originally, there were 6 bottles in total, meaning 1 has gone missing.
But how can you know for sure there were 6 bottles?
That's easy. If you look at what the bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
They each had a Monokuma inside of it. Brain time.
Wait.
Like Jimmy Neutron. Damn,
God, so
throw the
many
whole
pieces.
throw the whole thing out.
Do you even make any other words with that?
It's because it's on easy mode.
Baby mode.
Now I understand.
I got it.
I got it. Oh my gosh.
That's it. The chess pieces. Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain.
It all started in 1842.
In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn.
Pawn. Which is
What
what you
was
all are.
left
Wait, what?
intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. And on the ground was the knight.
Oh, so the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while 1 apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait, no, that's not what I mean. So, let's say a bottle did go missing. There's still no evidence that has
Mike did a
anything to
better
do
job
with
voicing this girl.
case. The bottle could have disappeared any time before the murder.
No. It's clear that the missing bottle is connected to this case.
How is it clear?
Think about what state the missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll understand.
It was excited.
The bottle must have been broken.
What makes you so sure?
Because there was evidence at the scene that supports it.
Huh?
That's right. We found evidence that shows there was more than just 1 broken bottle at the scene.
And what is this evidence?
What do you mean?
The polka spotted candy wrapper.
I got it! Earlier, Kyoko and I did a little experiment. We compared the weight of the broken bottle pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles. And what we found was that the collection of pieces was heavier. And the reason for that is there was actually more than 1 bottle's worth of shattered glass.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of 1 of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces, which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case.
There can be no doubt that the second missing Monokuma bottle was involved in this case. Must have been used by Sakura's second attacker.
I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that second blow. Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am.
That's
Plus,
the kind of guy.
I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room.
You did?
Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but vermin.
No, it's not ridiculous at all. I need proof that shows Toko was hiding in the rec room. And I have it. She left it there for anyone to find.
And handprint.
What is it? What are you adding?
Oh no.
So far, you've been pressing the Y button during your final strike without a second thought. I gotta press the button. From now on, you're gonna have to pay a little extra attention to your finishing blow. Now you have to choose a proper troop bullet to use during your coup de grace. You'll select it the same way as during the non-stop debate. Simply press the LB button. Also, like the debate, if your logic difficulty is set to kind, you have fewer bullets to choose from. But for educational purposes, we're going to pretend you're set to mean regardless. Just this once, okay? Oh, by the way, you're about halfway through the game now. Go you.
Oh my god.
Well
Only
then.
halfway?
Good luck and have fun.
Why did they say that? Oh wait, did Tyler add that? I wasn't watching.
It's a lie. I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No! I don't know anything. It's a lie. I hate you. Shut up. I curse you. No! That's it. No.
Wait.
Handprint.
This should prove it.
Oh, I see.
Break.
Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker? They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
Pretty small hands.
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up.
Yeah!
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang, she just straight up admitted it.
Then you killed Sakura!
No, I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again?
Oh my god.
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on, so I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around, there was Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that. If you want to know more, you'll have to ask her.
Her? You mean?
Guess who's back?
It was your fault after all.
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories, so I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Because normally, Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack no problem.
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on. That's... you know. But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre. So that's good.
So that's good. Keep talking like that and Hina's gonna...
Well then, that's that. Let's start the vote.
Huh? I thought for sure you'd have some words for Hiro on that one.
What's wrong? Come on, everyone. We're ready to vote, right? Let's do this.
No, not quite yet.
Huh? Not yet? Why not yet?
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it.
It wasn't?
Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling.
It's not over yet, is it? The one who killed Sakura is... Sayaka.
Hifumi.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up.
Sakura
I
killed
killed her there in
herself.
front of the shelf.
No, that's wrong. we found Sakura sitting upright in a chair. If the blow by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
True.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
That has to be it. The evidence to prove there was an attack in front of the magazine shelf.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me. I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors. There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that.
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room,
True.
still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
Huh. So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible.
Because I was in the locker.
Even before we opened the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know. What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her. Thank you very much. You're lying.
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
And
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
that's because you're overlooking vital information.
We really be missing something so important?
Yes.
If there's another possible explanation, maybe it's somewhere.
Yellow powder.
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
No!
What?
Or she was vomiting.
What was it that killed Ogre?
What? Shit, that's not the button.
If it wasn't
Always forget the button.
Oh no.
Oh no, you shot again. Nah, it's gotta be the
That's not
Monokuma
important.
Report 4. Is it the very top one? There's evidence of a strong blow to the head. No other injuries were noted, however, it does seem violent vomiting of blood.
Okay, good. Well, shit, stop pressing the button.
There's
Thank
no
God.
other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of
It's so
anything other
freaking
than the
close, bruh.
No, that's wrong. According to the Monokuma file, Sakura had vomited blood. I think we can assume there's a chance this was related to her cause of death. In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely, Sakura was poisoned.
Poisoned?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned? It isn't possible!
Is it really so hard to believe? Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
You can explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
But you're the only one talking.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th floor.
Huh? Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
True.
And that's where the poison came from? Section C?
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
Sure, I know where he got it. It was actually in Section A.
The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
Huh? You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Byakuya had just committed unlife right in front of us. We were so shocked at what we were seeing, all we could do was stand there and watch. But as if it were the most natural thing in the world, Byakuya was as calm as ever.
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
Kyoko took the ball from Byakuya and scraped out the bit of the contents with one finger. She touched her finger to her tongue.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
The bottle of poison actually filled the protein powder, which would mean that conversely, the poison must have been in... Could it be?
Oh my gosh.
I wonder what the answer is. Whoa!
Oh my gosh! I thought
the word was gonna be shake. I thought it was gonna be shake, and so when it hit our eye, I was like, huh?
If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true, right?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched. So the protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein can. Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Holy crap!
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
Something at the scene. Was it a protein drink?
You're saying they gave her a protein drink, right?
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know, I do remember Ogre saying that protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains. So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head wound thing.
But what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
Yes.
I already know exactly
I got a bottle
who swapped the
full
mixtures.
of poison.
For real? Who was it?
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
Evidence? What do you mean? The footprints?
The footprints left behind in front of the shelf. That's the evidence you're talking about, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
What?
The footprints. They're mine.
Hina?
If you're all gonna find out anyway, I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you know?
Then Ogre's killer was...
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected.
I think we discussed this earlier too, right?
Sneakers.
Probably.
There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
Me and Hina.
Me
got
and
it.
Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
That explains why you stuffed my shoes.
Are they yours? No. Oh, that's not me.
No!
Okay, then let me see your shoes and I'll confirm their size for myself.
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction. Hina used that trust to kill her. She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why
I
would
think
you
we
do
were
that?
saying that Sakura wanted her to do it
Yeah.
so that she could get out.
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink, but when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it all at once, and then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism, but there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well, that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I
Hina's
have to
just
tell you
trying to-
everything?
No, it doesn't. But the
Hina's
fact
just
that
trying
you
to cover
won't
up the
tell
fact
us
that she committed
concerns me.
suicide.
Surely you're not. Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What doesn't fit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint? It's too obvious, too easy.
He's right. It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
I was just nervous. So, I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
You didn't notice?
Yeah, that's just how it was.
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please, I'd love...
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison. Then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A.
Yeah.
Isn't that a little strange?
I was about to say Tyler just giving up.
That series of events to one more time.
Oh gosh, not again.
Big Mac, you're being awfully pushy.
It's the
Big
same
Mac.
thing no matter how many times
Big
you
Mac.
hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
How long? Until we figure it out. Until I uncover the full truth of this case.
The whole truth.
I didn't say that out loud. I just kind of stared at him.
The nothing truth. Nothing but the truth.
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah.
No, she dropped a
When I
bottle.
grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
Mm-hmm.
That's
That
where
one?
I switched
Okay.
the powder.
That's probably it, yeah.
Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab.
Oh, sorry.
That's
Whoop.
all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate
I mean, it's
this?
not like we got 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
First I went to Section C.
Right.
That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the...
Yeah. When I
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C.
No, that's wrong. You said you went to get the poison from Section C. And that's where you spilled the powder, right?
No.
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section...
Yeah.
But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
What?
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
I was just nervous, so I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well... You see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence?
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Just say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
Huh? A piece of glass.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle, and the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder.
You almost swallowed some glass.
I couldn't have solved the mystery without you.
You almost committed suicide
Thank
right
you
there.
for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then, Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Wait, I don't know.
Yeah.
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I got
The
it!
rec room window.
It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
Where was the bottle of poison? Should have been when I broke the rec room window.
What?
the Section A shelf.
A, I think, yeah.
the bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after
He's
the room was
sweating now.
unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with a poison inside, right? If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
The reason she can say that is because there's evidence. There's proof that someone brought the protein can to the rec room after it was opened.
Protein can?
Protein
Yeah, I don't
can.
understand why they're calling it a can. The empty protein
When
drink.
it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible. It had to have been in there the whole time. It had to be.
It was in there before the.
No, that's wrong.
Counted.
Come on,
Remember how
Byakuya.
there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right?
Of course. It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Why are you yelling?
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the protein can. We also found pieces underneath the can.
What?
And this proves
I've
it.
been talking this whole time and I've been muted.
It shows
Oh,
that
no.
it must have been put down
I was like, man, I'm
before
making some banger
after
jokes.
the window was
Not
broken.
really, but
Yeah,
No
just,
one's
like, usually people give me
no,
like a
just
pity laugh.
posing.
or something.
Yeah. They at least give me a like.
They're
So
not
it had to
pity
be
jokes.
after we
They
got into
laughs.
the
They're
room.
great. I laugh all the time.
just repeat them all right now.
He was
in
laughing when you
succession.
I
weren't
don't even
even.
remember them.
I see.
Just shotgun fire them off right now.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
don't
go.
They're too stupid for me to.
Earlier,
to
when you asked
remember
if
them.
anyone had moved the can or tripped over it,
If that were the case, that would explain
No,
the
I don't
can
remember.
being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to
I think it's
eliminate
mostly
that
about him being-
possibility right out of the gate.
I don't know. I don't know
And
the
that's
answer.
made everything clear, hasn't it?
That was it.
As long as it
Oh
was a
yeah, that
locked
moment was
room,
pretty.
It only contained the bottle
Pretty funny.
of poison and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
if that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison?
I want that Danganronpa noise to replace the like the vine boom.
I thought we all agreed she
Yeah.
was tricked into drinking it because
I
of the
just want the,
protein.
Good idea.
the kitchen nightmare.
No, that's not why. The only explanation
I don't think I know that
is
one.
she drank it from its
The
original
kitchen nightmare
bottle,
noise?
knowing exactly what it was.
Is it iconic?
Here it is.
Oh. Spooky.
Definitely where Among Us got it from.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room.
True.
All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was? Such a ridiculous fiction is...
Exactly what happened.
Then
How can you
tell
know
us
something
already.
I didn't know?
Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
The one who got the poison from the chem lab and brought it to the rec room?
Sakura.
It was Hiro.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
No, it's not a lie. Sakura definitely went to Section C. Kyoko already showed me the evidence I need. Now I have to hit Hina with it. I have to make her accept it.
Hit him.
Alright, Hina. This is the third time this trial we're doing this.
Rhythm game, let's go.
What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! I'm telling you, I did it! Stop talking! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! Wrong! You're wrong!
You're wrong.
I hate you! I hate you!
Doesn't have many, or they just cycle You're right behind each other.
You're a liar! What are you saying?
Final strike.
Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
This should prove it.
Oh my gosh.
Break.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab. That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep. Is there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the first place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her.
The one that killed Sakura. The connection between Sakura and the poison. The unsolved mystery of the locked room. There's only one way to explain it.
Select yourself.
Who
It
could
was
have done
me.
it?
It
I
was
wanna
Mondo.
think. It had to have been Hifumi. That rat bastard.
Here's my answer.
Pew.
The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
Don't trust anyone. Not even yourself.
Not
Yeah.
The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't
So
want
elaborate.
to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up.
Yeah, no one else
Sakura
could have killed
went
her.
and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it, all so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room.
Because of course, Sakura wanted to create the locked room.
I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you? When we found her body, you stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead, and because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right? I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I
Kyoko
think
and
about
her
it,
body
more
is.
the
purple
more
there.
I realize how unusual your actions were.
I have to
Swarlz?
go get them. I have to go get the others.
On shaky legs, Hina left the rec room.
You said you were going to go get everyone else, but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
I got everyone.
Oh god.
Oh, so she's dead, huh?
I've been killed. I see.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide. In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation. As long as you could disguise the truth, you didn't care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence. The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital pieces of evidence. And yet...
So you're saying Hina consciously deceived us to make it look like she killed Sakura?
No one's ever done that before.
No! No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is. Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
Climax what? Inference?
Interface?
Sakura
Interface.
wanted to talk to... Wait, what? Were you reading?
Oh,
Oh no, it was just before.
The
Oh.
before
It's yeah. So good.
The words around his head?
Yeah.
I think they just said closing arguments.
Oh.
It's gonna be the one with Byakuyo's letter, right?
Probably. Toko gets the rec room and hid somewhere. Hero came in. You said the words. Hit her with the bottle.
Nice.
And this is when Toko came out.
Upside down. The queen piece. The Ken X. Yep, there it is. And then that one.
The killer
Let's
is
go.
you.
Act.
This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya.
True.
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
No. It was the other one. They're switched.
What? Oh.
It looks like she's coming
I think
out of
that's
the
the
locker.
first time.
Right? It doesn't look like she's coming out.
Yeah. That's literally the first time we've got one of those wrong, and I really don't even count that we got that wrong.
Yeah.
There is you! But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others. Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker,
Dun, dun,
she saw Sakura
dun.
enter the room.
True.
Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toka.
KH.
By writing her name,
Yeah.
he was hoping to pin the murder.
Why is that there?
Wait.
It's the sound.
Wait, Toko KH? Wait, what?
Witnessed the whole thing. So
Water,
as
is
soon
that
as
your
the coast was
ex-wife?
I hope not.
clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others.
Order is Byakuya,
But in
confirmed?
her rush, she made one
Oh,
little
God.
Confirmed?
She put
Do you
the
have a
magazine
giant
back
ego?
upside down. Soon after,
They're using the
she
dun-dun
watched
a
as
lot.
Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chest
Instead of
piece.
using a broom, she picks up all the shards
And
in her
that
hand.
explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath.
True.
Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened. Knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort?
Why does he look like that?
It
Because
reminds
he
me
said...
of the airplanes meme with fucking Mordecai and the pony.
Looking it up. I don't know the meme.
That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh?
Get wrecked.
Oh, well, I mean...
Can we pretend that airplanes in the night sky?
I just looked it up, yeah.
You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
We did it.
Yo, S
We've
rank?
gotta be...
Okay,
Nice.
I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
The Blackened.
Sakura's guilty.
Okay.
Yeah, that's right. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
My entire
Okay, we're done here.
What did you say?
Well, that's the whole truth, huh? I see.
Damn, he said.
Oh, but there's still one thing I don't understand.
Come on.
Chino, why did you try to cover up what happened? If the truth I just said it again. If the truth hadn't come to light, you would have died along with the rest of us.
What are you thinking?
And yet why did you do that?
Don't be mean.
Yeah, we almost died there.
What is this?
Because that's exactly what I wanted.
What?
I mean, the reason Sakura died, it's because all of you pushed her into a corner. You all killed her. So that's why.
You should have been the one to die.
I couldn't let her be the only one that died.
What?
You don't mean you were gonna take all of us with you?
We have to atone for our sins. Because everyone, even me, we all killed her. We all have to pay for our crimes.
Oh, serious? That's...
What is this?
You still don't understand? Then let me explain. Do you realize just how much despair Sakura was carrying with her when she died? Look at this.
Such brutality is... Oh, that's you. It's you, Swarlz.
Such brutality. Oh, it's not. Give me a second.
Such brutality has made me desperate. So instead of waiting to kill it, I'll do it by my own hand.
That's...
Man from the grave.
Found it in the ground, in front of the rec room. It's Sakura's suicide note.
Suicide note?
Thinking back, I should have seen it coming. It was right after Genocide Jack had attacked me. Sakura got mad and stormed out of the nurse's office. I ran after her and... Sakura, calm down. You don't have to worry about me. I'm fine. I can't calm down.
I don't care. If I suffer for this, it's my fault after all. But now, you're suffering because of me?
No forgiveness!
You tried to protect me, but because of me?
I can't forgive this!
My closest friend got hurt?
Sakura.
Because of me. My friends are all going to kill each other. This is all my responsibility.
Sakura thought she was responsible. She thought everything was her fault. Which is why she wanted to find some way to get everyone to forgive her. So she asked me. So she asked to meet with them. You asked to meet with those three? You can't. Don't you see how dangerous that is?
Don't worry, I just want to talk to them.
But
Talk about what? Listen, don't do it. If they all gang up on you at once, even you.
Hina.
Hina. Please, don't think of things like that. They're not my enemy.
They're friends.
They're friends.
Sakura. She clearly believed. She completely believed in all of us. If you just talked to her, you'd have understood. She was a friend to all of us. And yet...
why?
And yet...
Edge.
You trampled all over her feelings. And then you did the unthinkable.
No, that was just a misunderstanding.
What are you saying?
Don't stand there and call it a misunderstanding. She believed in you. And you wouldn't even listen to what she had to say. Without asking a single question, you tried to kill her.
I won't forgive you.
Do you have any idea how desperate she was, seeing you act like that? That's what her suicide note means. So instead of waiting to be killed, I'll do it by my own hand.
Why?
That's how far you'd pushed her.
Huh?
Sakura, what happened to you?
Hina.
Hina, you came.
Wait right here. I'll help you out.
Hina.
Hina.
Huh?
I'm so glad I got to meet you.
What's wrong, Sakura? Why are you talking like that?
I have a favor to ask.
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
A favor?
Some protein.
I'd like some protein. Could I ask you to...
Yeah, you got it. Just hang on. I'll be right back. That was the last conversation I had with her. I went to the chem lab to get the protein she'd asked for. When I got there, I saw the powder. And that's when I realized. I saw that someone had taken something from the poison shelf. Sakura. So I ran back to the rec room as fast as I could. But by the time I got there, it was already too late. Sakura!
Please!
Let me in, please! Open the door!
Why?
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 Why? Why did she have to die? She had weaknesses, just like any other person. If she got cut, she bled. If someone hurt her, she felt it. That's weakness. That's normal. And yet,
Why?
you all blamed her. I tried to protect her and I suffered for it. And that just added to the weight she had to carry. And I didn't even realize it.
Hina.
We killed her. All of us. We pushed her into a corner. And we murdered her.
Why?
People like us shouldn't be allowed to live.
That's why you tried to lead us astray? You did your best to make us survive at the wrong conclusion during the class trial.
Sakura died hating all of us. I wanted to free her of her regrets. But even that got found out. In the end, I wasn't able to do anything for her. I could never face her after this.
I'm sorry to interrupt right when you're about to deliver the final tearjerker, but it's just taking so long. I'm about to fall asleep over here. I mean, do you really think you have any idea what Sakura was actually thinking when she died?
What is this?
What did you say?
Everything you just said is nothing but interpretation, right? Your own opinion on what her suicide note meant.
What are you saying?
Of course I know what she was thinking, cause her and me.
In other words,
Well, what I'm really trying to say is,
yes, indeed.
don't you think the entire foundation is shaky? What if it was really like this?
What the heck?
What is that?
Of course.
Isn't it obvious?
Yep.
A suicide note. Sakura's suicide note. What? But Hina already.
Too bad.
Oh, I wrote that one. It was all me, baby.
It's true.
This is the one Sakura addressed to Hina and put in her room.
Huh?
What then?
Huh?
You lied to me?
Oh, you don't like how it feels, huh?
Unbelievable.
Oh, don't say lie. It just sounds so dirty. I just thought I'd liven things up a bit.
Well now.
I can't help it if you totally took my little scribbles at face value. It didn't even have Sakura's signature on it. You filthy little... I'm not filthy. I didn't do anything. Did I falsify evidence? Did I affect the outcome of the class trial? The case played out between you and you alone. You were the only ones jerking each other around. Heck, even if the will had factored in, it still would have been between you guys. So what's the problem? This is all part of the production process. Okay, and scene. Cut!
And?
So then, what did she write in her real suicide note?
What are you gonna do?
I'm glad you asked. For your benefit, I shall read it using my melodic, angelic, harmonic narrative voice.
Hey!
But you know, haven't you ever been curious about the whole suicide note thing? Who came up with the idea of leaving a note when you kill yourself in the first place?
But hold on.
And isn't it just so unfortunate? Killing yourself is just so final, you know? You can never hear the rest of their story. The truth is lost in darkness. Give me the willies.
Enough already.
Could you get on with it, please?
Yes, indeed.
Okay, geez. Talk about buzzkill. All right, here we go. Ahem. My good friend Hina, there's something I have to tell you. I hate to do it like this, but you need to know. This is my final wish.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here.
Oh, you're only gonna say that part. Okay, Swarlz, there you go.
It was our first night in this strange school that the mastermind came to see me.
You see, the mastermind
Oh,
took
why didn't you say
control
that?
of my family's dojo
Why did you skip that?
and demanded I become their tool.
You might not see the importance of a dojo, but my family was watched over for over 300 years.
Okay, is she gonna say the next one?
I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch. So even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things.
However, That was my greatest weakness. And because of that, I made the mistake of giving in to the mastermind.
And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder.
They were probably worried that until the first murder had happened, nothing would move forward. But with neither the mastermind nor I expected was the incident involving Sayaka. At that point, the plan changed. The mastermind told me to hold off, to wait until we reached another stalemate.
She really took a break.
However,
There she is.
as I lived here with all of you,
Which one's
as I lived
Sayaka?
here with Hina,
The first one that died.
Okay.
my resolve began to weaken.
Watching everyone fight with such despair, trying so desperately to stay alive. I saw the weakness in my own heart, the mistake of succumbing to the mastermind. And more than anything,
I cannot betray those who would call me their friend.
that's how I came to feel.
So that's why Sakura.
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Of course, just because of that, I decided to reveal her secret, which made everyone else hate her. Her decision to stay true to all of you led directly to all of you hating her for it. Ironic, isn't it? Maybe oxymoronic, or just moronic.
Yeah, I got
Of
him.
course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness.
I'm perfectly willing to accept whatever attack you may want to make on me.
So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind.
But, unfortunately, that's not enough. This won't end with just me accepting your hatred. Yo, pause a second, pause it. Oh, dang it.
Situation has started having an effect on more people than just me.
You good, Swarlz?
Well, I was gonna point out something on her room because everybody's room's different. She's got like freaking pillars in her room with like rope on it, so she can like, I guess, punch it. I don't know, man. It was kind of crazy.
Which is exactly what the
Great.
mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal.
Wait, everyone's room's different?
Yeah.
They have different stuff in their room.
My betrayal brought suspicion, disharmony. The mastermind knew that eventually it would escalate into someone murdering someone else.
Of course, I'm still responsible
I
for
see.
that as well.
Punches him.
Yep. I have an obligation to get this situation under control. And to fulfill that obligation, I've decided to do as the mastermind has commanded. I will do as I was told and commit murder.
But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself.
If the mastermind demands that I kill someone, then that someone will be me.
Damn, it's a long letter.
Then my dojo will be safe, and above all else, none of you will have to kill anyone. When I die, the source of conflict among you all dies with me. For that, I'm willing to give my life.
If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
I never had people like you in my life.
Huh?
Then Sakura didn't feel cornered. She didn't die hating us.
No way!
She wanted to stop us from fighting to protect us.
Correct.
She didn't end her own life because she was weak. Quite the opposite, in fact. She was strong. Too strong. That's why she killed herself. She chose death for herself in order to protect the rest of us. To sacrifice so much No normal person could do that.
However,
It was only her limitless strength that made it possible.
Finally. Hina,
Damn, still
I
going.
want to apologize to you especially.
She had to be writing really, really small.
The reason I didn't tell you any of this is because I knew you would try to stop me. I'm really, truly sorry, but please, don't be sad. If I can thwart the Mastermind's plan, if I can keep you from killing each other, that's enough for me. This is the path that I've chosen. This is the only way I have left to distinguish myself. And you can use this note to bring the class trial to a quick end. I'm so sorry to ask you to do something so unpleasant, but I had to leave the rest to you. Please talk to Byakuya, Toko, and Hiro on my behalf. I can't tell anyone about my plan while I'm alive, but I wanted you to understand why I'm doing this. In the end though, I hope to show you myself through the actions and not words. Hopefully then they'll see.
I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
Is this... I didn't understand how she felt, not at all.
You're still in,
Oh, really?
I guess it didn't want to change. Sad, sad, sad. I thought we were close, and still...
What are you gonna do?
But in the end, all her meddling was like totally pointless. She died so you guys wouldn't try to kill each other, but you almost ended up doing it anyways.
Yeah,
Thanks to you, her death had no purpose at all. In fact, it was because of her stupid meddling that the rest of you nearly bit the big one.
Too bad.
She deserves all the blame. Everyone blame her. Go ahead. She deserves it.
No, it was you dumb.
Now then, the next victim has been decided. What do you mean next victim? Nobody here blames anyone. Huh? First of all, you're in the wrong for tricking Hina with that fake suicide note. And plus, Sakura's death wasn't a waste.
Say what?
Huh? Because she made us remember. We're not enemies that hate each other. We're friends who need to work together. Hell yeah.
Byakuya.
Except
Damn
Byakuya.
straight.
Yeah.
This is all because of our misplaced hatred.
Well?
I don't blame her. I can't blame her. And nobody can blame Hina either.
What? Whether or not there was a spy never really mattered because the one we need to destroy is you and no one else.
What? What do you want?
What the heck? That's not how this is supposed to go. But anyway, are you sure about that? The killing game is a competition between all of you, remember?
Hey!
Your enemy is each other.
He's absolutely right about that.
Ah, lovely Byakuya. You understand, don't you?
This is a life or death elimination match. The only way to survive is to win. There can be no doubt that those are the rules of the game. Which is why I am bowing out of the game.
Huh?
Naturally.
Sakura and Hina are both willing to sacrifice their own lives to deny the reality of the game. Thanks to them, it would appear the others have cast aside their fear for this game.
Don't make me repeat myself.
No point in participating in a game which has lost that sense of excitement. Which is why I will no longer be participating in it.
What's going on here?
Now I have only one thing to look forward to.
It's all clear now.
That is to heap the harshest possible punishment to the one who thinks they can control me.
Byakuya, does this mean...
don't misunderstand, but I've been moved by some thoughtless sentimentalism. That's what you're thinking.
Wherever Master goes, I go. And if the mastermind turns out to be a guy, maybe I can catch on fire. Everyone.
Hey,
Well, now can you say that Sakura's death had no meaning? How boring. But nothing good can come of this. I'm still going to be the one having the fun time.
What the heck?
The fun time?
Anyway, let's forget about that good-for-nothing backstabber and get back on track.
You want me to punish
It's
you
the
guys?
moment you've all been waiting for. Punishment time! Wait! But Sakura was technically the killer, right? And she's dead. You're not gonna fuck with her corpse or anything. That's messed up.
Is it me?
Wrong.
Oh, heavens no. Just because the Blacken is dead doesn't mean I can't just sub in whatever old student I want. Didn't I tell you? I'm very particular about the bear times 1 rule.
Listen up.
But I spent so much time preparing my special punishment, it'd be a shame to let it go to waste. So, for my special punishment, I prepared a special guest. A special guest?
Let's give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
I said 07s for alter ego.
07?
Come on, guys. Come on.
No, no one knows.
07.
I don't
a
know.
Salute.
Oh,
Like a what?
Like a salute.
Oh.
I think you mean C1.
Shut the fuck up.
You suck, man. You turned him into a mangled hunk of junk.
Oh, I totally forgot it was a dude.
Woo!
Well, this
That
is
really-
outdated, so.
That really took it out of me. Maybe I'll go grill up a plate of chicken. That sounds good. After all, they say for post-workout grub, chicken's where it's at. And I'm all about that grilled goodness. Fried, broiled, give me a break. The color, the smell, the succulence, grilled is where it's at.
I realize how dangerous it can be. Still, I have to do this. I'm scared, but I can handle it. I don't really understand why, but when I think about everyone else, my courage starts to grow. I think I'm just some inhuman AI, but it's true. So, it's okay. If it's for the sake of everyone else, I won't be afraid.
Alter Ego's words raced through my heart and soul, and my disbelief gave way to raw anger. The anger turned to fury, black and muddy and boiling over. It bubbled up through my body, quickly overflowing and shooting out my mouth. How dare you! That was my friend! How dare you kill him!
What's the matter?
Huh? You were friends with a laptop? That's pretty pathetic. What's next? Friends with a basketball? Shut the hell up! He wasn't just a laptop, he was my friend. And you killed him. Is this what you call animism? Where the soul dwells within all things? Even like laptops? Well, you can call it whatever you want. Bottom line is, it got my way. It was trying to find things out all sneaky.
Just as I thought.
So, you finally noticed him.
Actually...
Finally? No. I knew about it from the very beginning. I knew Chihiro was doing something with the laptop, and I knew you were using it to analyze data. I knew exactly how it was all gonna play out from the start. What?
What are you thinking?
You knew when you were still cocky enough to let us take the plunge?
Yep.
Well, I mean, the data in that laptop, it was, I guess you could call it a gift from me to you. Or maybe more like a reward, in honor of you being able to unlock something so difficult.
Hey,
So of course, I didn't care if you got access to that. But sneaking into the network was just too personal. Well, I had to do a little, you know, reformatting.
I want to keep I want to keep being helpful to everyone. I want to work as hard as everyone else so that we can all get out of here.
Alter Ego wanted to fight for us. He wanted to help at the risk of his own life. And for that, he was killed. Well, yeah, the punishment time has made me feel 1 billion times better. Experiencing a meaningless death is so soothing. It makes me remember that every low can get even lower. No, his death wasn't meaningless either. Everybody who died so far, the deaths of each and every one of our friends, they all make us stronger. I swear to God, someday, you will pay for this. Holy moly, you're super mad, like, just unreasonably upset.
Well?
Okay, time to bring things to a close. Oh, but before that, I need to read the postscript.
What?
Postscript?
Yep.
Yeah, there's still a bit more left on Sakura's note. Really.
Huh?
Wow.
Do I have your attention? Okay then, here we go. Prepare your ears for the dulcet tones of yours truly. Go on, Swarlz.
Oh, me?
One other thing, Hina. There's something I'd like you to tell the others. Hopefully it will act as a clue to help you unravel the mystery of this school.
What? A clue?
Jinkies.
I've spoken with the mastermind off and on the whole time I've been here. So I've learned one thing. Which is... the mastermind has done something to us. I think what they've done is...
Oopsie daisy. That was a close one. Another word and we would have done it. We would have been we would have been hip deep in spoiler territory.
Hip deep.
Okay, I don't want to ruin the surprise. So book club is dismissed for today.
I just stopped at the most important bit.
It makes your brain rumble and tumble, huh? Makes you so mad you don't even freaking know, huh? That's the whole point, stupid. It's to get back at all of you for hardening your resolve.
Fine, but at least Sakura's no.
I could never let any of you greaseballs have it.
But
Too bad.
Sucks for you, loser. Wait, what's this?
What?
What is it now?
What?
There's one last line in the note.
Oh my gosh.
And let me just say this to the mastermind. I'm not going to just lie down and die.
Yeah, you sat down.
I will fight you, you bastard. No matter what. And that's seriously it.
Huh? Wow, what a stubborn loser, huh? She won't lie down and die, she'll fight you. Well, whatever. Who cares what some dead Who cares what some dead musclehead has to say?
Well?
Okay, I'm out of here. You guys should try to get some rest, you know. Maybe take some time to reconsider how you approach the school life of yours. Are you sure you don't want to graduate? Can you really cut free from the regrets of the outside world? Think about that. Think long, think hard. Those were his parting words to us before disappearing. But what was that all about? Sakura's final message, her last clue to help us solve the mystery of the school? The mastermind did something to us? Kyoko said something like this before, didn't she? It was after Celeste's trial was over. What did you do? What did you do to my body?
Who?
What?
Hey.
Answer me. What did you do to my body? The Mastermind did something to our bodies. What are they saying the Mastermind did? What did the Mastermind do to us? I mean, did the Mastermind plant a bomb in us or something? And if we try to leave the school, a sensor goes off and the bomb explodes? I've seen stuff like that in movies and comics and stuff, so it's not totally unheard of.
Yeah,
No.
Believe everything you see in the comics and movies.
I feel awful just thinking about it. I can't afford to acknowledge thoughts like that.
Yo,
So, the class trial is over and Monokuma's gone.
but
So, now what do we do?
Yes.
What else is there other than to head back up? Dumbass.
Oh, yeah, okay, let's get out of here. Fifth green?
Dang, Water actually saying that to Whale. Can't shaking my head. But
Stand by it.
You what?
You what, mate?
You what, mate?
Hina must still feel responsible.
Held back that ego a bit, girl. The kind of mystery someone like you could pose is absolutely no threat.
Not possible.
I would never have lost in that kind of challenge.
What are you talking about? Kyoko and Makoto are the ones that figured everything out.
Stop talking.
Like drop.
Shut up.
Seriously, I'm sorry.
How many times do you plan to apologize? How about you make that the last one? As an asshole, I hate him so much. I've reached the point where I need someone apologizing to me more than once.
Sorry.
Okay, I see what you mean. Then
Kill him, Hina.
I'll try.
Huh? That totally wasn't normal, right? Did she just capture his flag?
No.
No! I cannot suffer the existence of someone who would disturb the romance between me and Master.
What are you talking about? This is absolutely not what's happening here. Why would I ever go for a sleazeball like him?
What did you say?
Sleazeball.
That's right, I called you a sleazeball because you are a sleazeball.
I see.
Apparently, you still have a death wish. Wait, was he hitting on her? Did she hit on him back? Or I missed something.
Apparently,
No, it
I don't
wasn't.
know.
Okay.
Oh,
Now he's
well,
hurt that she. Okay.
Finding sarcasm. No wonder you don't have any friends.
No.
Hey! Stop fighting with Master! You're making me jealous! I want to abuse, give and take! The abuse, give and take. Me! I guess it's not easy for everyone to act like friends. Well, that's just how it is for now. And so Sakura's class trial came to an end and we returned to the world of Hope's Peak Academy. But the story wasn't even close to over. Time kept marching on. We all went back to our rooms and before long, night snuck up on us. Let me save. Oh.
Ding dong, ding dong.
Ahem.
Nighttime descended and pulled me down along with it, down into sleep. I couldn't remember the last time I'd fallen into such a deep sleep. But the night still wasn't over for me. A voice. I could hear a voice. Wow! Wake up.
I'm
Wake up.
Waluigi.
Wake up.
Huh? The voice dragged me from deep slumber into hazy half-consciousness. My eyelids were like lead.
Kyoko?
Oh, hey.
Yes, it's me.
Hey, yo. Hey, yo.
How'd you get in here?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
In a flash, I was wide awake.
And
What are you
naked.
doing
Wait,
here?
It's true.
I'm here to wake you up. Oh, I see. Wait, but my door. It was unlocked. You're unbelievably careless. It was unlocked? Are you serious?
Hey,
Always. You don't have to overreact like that every time you're surprised.
True.
What time is it?
Correct.
3 o'clock in the morning, of course. It's 3 a.m. You're not supposed to do anything at 3 a.m. What was Kyoko waking me up at this hour?
Save.
It's not midnight.
Oh, there we go.
Maybe we don't want to see what happens.
Gotta leave on a good cliffhanger, right?
Let's see what she says. It's so late. What happened?
Makoto.
I have a favor I need to ask.
I have a flavor I need to ask you. Wait, what?
What's your favor?
So.
What's your flavor?
Remember what Sakura said at the end of her note. I'm not going to just lay down and die. I will fight you. I want to find out what she meant by that. Okay, but how do you plan to do that? Then Kyoko put her lips next to my ear and whispered, "The data center on the 4th floor."
I like that.
What?
Goodbye.
I'll meet you there.
God, stop
it. Without another word, she was gone.
You alright, man?
What the? Her words reverberated through my half-dazed head.
Okay.
The data center. But I thought it was locked.
Yeah, I think we need
Yeah,
it.
that's a
Now we
good
can
place to
say.
end it. Yeah.
I shouldn't have asked to
Before
continue.
water blows up or something. And,
Blows up.
Before we end, I want to check something. Hold on.
You can just access the school store there? That's cool.
Oh yeah, you can.
What are we checking?
Hold on.
He likes all these question marks.
I'm a big fan.
You sure it's not just scrolling back on itself?
I don't know. I
What are you
don't
looking
know. Hmm?
Oh my god.
There's a piece of artwork I wanted to show you before we ended. Now that Sakura's dead.
Okay.
Okay, I'll just pull it up. It's alright.
Oh, I'll go to your stream.
yeah, this game's never gonna end, Egg.
Yeah, we're stuck in. This is
We're
our
actually
personal
in
hell.
the prison, yeah.
We are stuck.
Hmm.
Oh, here. Do you guys want me to make it here? Give me a second.
That is very loud.
Yeah. Okay, I played it. That was at 30. Whenever I first played it, I nearly blew out my eardrums.
Oh my god.
Let's see. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Here it is.
Yep.
Let's see. Is there a way
don't
for
see
me
it.
to bring? Hold on. I'm gonna bring it up.
Tyler, I can't see it. Are you showing it?
That's Sakura throughout her years
Where?
on string.
Aw, she was a cute little baby.
Wait, but is that... Is she the...
At the second stage, are you saying she looks like Kyoko?
Yeah.
No, she just used to look like a normal person, and then she got big buff.
So she had normal foot size the whole way through.
That's right.
Oh no, that wasn't her footprints. Those were, what's her name?
Ina.
Ina.
All right, who we rating?
Alrighty, I was muted that entire time.
Oh, rip. Who we rating?
We rate him, boy.
Oh, I already know who Tyler probably wants to raid.
Pokemon?
We'll raid Zach as Zeta.
Yay!
Playing some Overwatch.
Overwatch?
I was gonna raid Cass, but she's playing the Quarry, and I don't want spoilers
Yeah,
for the Quarry.
see, that's what.
Oh, yeah. I wanna
That's what
play
I
that game,
thought. That's
too.
who I thought you were gonna raid. Because that's who you raided last time.
Anyways, I shall see you all some other time.
Bye.
Well.